fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning, Anthony. And guess what?
What?
Don't ask me how I'm doing until I say congratulations to you.
Well, congratulations to you, too. Am I pregnant?
No, I wanted to congratulate, actually, us on our 201st show.
201 shows.
And that is today will be 201.
Al, how have you put up with us for so long?
It's not a problem. It's easy to do.
Used to it by now.
Oh, it's a fun thing to do. Yep.
We are fun.
Congratulations from
Thank
me
you.
over here.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bet.
And you know what we have going here is a relationship. It's a three-way relationship. Not quite a menage a trois.
Okay.
But
He says, okay.
Yeah. Well, not yet.
That's good.
but a relationship no matter what.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
it is definitely a relationship.
And this is the relationship that we want. Wouldn't you say?
Well, you want to just always, as long as it's the relationship that you want, it's good because it's like there are rules to live by the relationships that you want.
That's right. And I know it may not seem this way, but relationships are actually very, very simple. And I
Oh,
keep-
yes, absolutely.
And just if you can just master a few basic principles about
Very
relationships,
basic. Very basic.
and what it takes to have the right relationship, like we have here.
Right. Then once you do that, you'll be able to navigate through all of the confusion and the heartbreak and will effortlessly,
Yeah, easy for you to say.
you'll be able to get the relationship you've always wanted. But you have to just follow the basic rules.
Basic rules. And the first rule is never want somebody who doesn't want you.
Huge. That is huge.
Yeah,
You will never have the right relationship that you deserve if you go after somebody who doesn't want you. It just doesn't work.
That's right. And it sounds obviously,
It sounds obvious, but it's really not.
that's
It's
what
not.
I said.
Yeah, it's not. Sometimes, unfortunately, people become deluded with a different idea. They create something in their own mind.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually find signs, okay, that prove that things are the way they want them to be. And they actually feel like it's the way they're supposed to feel. It's not real, though. And that's crazy. That's
right.
really true. I actually know somebody that did that.
Really? Tell
Yeah.
us.
Oh my gosh. She actually she was having a relationship with herself is what she was having. And she thought it was with this guy. And it was crazy. This guy just did not want to be with her, but she swore he loved her. And it wasn't like they didn't do things together and go places together. They did. And sadly, he used her for quite a few things. Money, sex, cooking. It was awful.
Oh,
But-
sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's not, though. You don't want to do something like that to somebody. She's a nice girl. The thing is that she had a diluted version of what that relationship was. You know?
Well, the truth of the matter is, if a guy or a gal says or indicates, like your friend, that he wants to be with you, but isn't actually with you for whatever the reason, I don't like labels, my ex-girlfriend was evil, I'm stressed about my job, my dog died, don't waste your time. They're breadcrumbing you.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yes, you remember we had a whole show
yeah.
on breadcrumbing. They're giving you little bits and pieces to keep you coming back.
When someone is giving you excuses as to why they can't do something, what they're really doing is telling you they just don't want to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just don't want to do it, but, people don't hear that, so we make these excuses constantly.
So I have to just say something, okay? I actually have a friend who does this sometimes. I'll mention something, hey, you want to do this or whatever? And the response is, well, no, I have to, jump out of an airplane that afternoon, and, I'm jumping for this and jumping for that, and I'm doing something over here, and I have to go to the gym. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to work out for 4.5 hours that day. So I can't do that with you.
Wait a minute. Are they going to the gym or are they working out? I think they're two different things.
They are two different things. And once you realize the difference, it's really important. I'll be working out for 4.5 hours this afternoon, and I can't
Well, that is quite a workout.
do that with you, whatever it is. Here's the truth. The truth is that if that person respects you in any way, he or she will actually tell you the truth, tell you what they're doing, and tell you, and that's okay. People can have a life. But it's, if somebody's lying to you or, as you put it, breadcrumbing, stay away from them.
Well, some of their reasons may be quite impressive, but, they could be sprinkled with a little bit of truth mixed in here.
Sprinkles are fabulous.
Yeah,
But you have to know the difference between sprinkles and jimmies.
that's right.
There is a difference. Believe it or not, there's a difference.
I thought they were the same.
They're not.
Yeah,
That's like working out and going to the gym. Two totally different things.
Al, is she talking about me?
I get that impression.
I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know. But when it comes right down to it, if they want to be with you, they will be.
They will be.
That's right.
And that's all there is to it.
If someone isn't showing you that there's a committed relationship or that they want to be with you and only you, then stop wanting it from them.
Yeah, you can't get somebody to love you. You can't do it.
I have tried, and if they don't love you, they don't love you.
When two people are in a relationship, they should bring out the best in each other. They should challenge each other to grow so that their attributes strengthen and they become the best versions of themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I've experienced this. When a relationship crushes you and leaves you feeling paranoid, anxious, and so that you have to throw up, you're insecure, you're inadequate, you're always on edge, just waiting for the anvil to drop on your head. You're really cheating yourself out of, of having the benefits of a good relationship and the things that they can provide.
Yeah. That is true. If you ever throw up from a relationship, get away. Leave. End that.
That's right. There is a lid for every pot. Don't worry.
Yeah, but that's not the right lid. That isn't. Nobody should upchuck.
That's right. Oh, I'm sorry. She's drinking her coffee right now. So we'll take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Upchuck, and you were going to say something else. Why couldn't I take a sip of my coffee?
I thought you were going to talk.
About Chuck? I already talked about Chuck. Nobody should up Chuck.
All righty. At the end of the day, you are all that you have. You need to be the greatest ally in the world. You need to do what's best for you and what will make you happy and help you reach your potential.
Exactly. If your relationship is sending you in the opposite direction, stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your strength. Stop wasting your energy. It's not going to work. Instead, use whatever force you have inside you and walk away.
You're absolutely right. This is a true story. A client of mine, the nicest guy, and he thought he thought that seeing a counselor or going to counseling would fix everything. So he was constantly having problems with his girlfriend. He was constantly going to the counseling. She didn't want to go to counseling.
Can I just say something? I have to just say this one thing. I'm going to interrupt you.
What else is new?
Okay. So I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with going to counseling if you really feel that you need that. But here's the thing. Everybody knows what's going on inside themselves. Everybody really does. If it doesn't feel right, it's not. It's just not. I just had to put that out there. You are your best advocate for yourself. You are your best. You know what's right and what's wrong. So if it's not right, it's not right. You know that.
Well, I'm going to finish my story now.
Thank you.
And you are absolutely right again, like
you.
always.
Thank you.
All of the counseling in the world wouldn't help these two. She was a lesbian.
Oh.
And was a closet lesbian. She didn't come out.
Wow.
She had this boyfriend. He was a great guy, but they just were like oil and water. They did not mix together.
Well, they made a nice vinaigrette, I'm sure, but not all the time.
No, he was not vinegar. He was water, and she was oil.
Oh.
The vinaigrette would have mixed nicely.
Oh, I understand.
So, ladies, guys just want to make you happy. But guys also need to feel like winners. If you should them, and like, you should have done this. You should have done that. Oh, you should have done it this way. You're basically telling him he's a loser who can't make you happy. And this will not encourage him to try any harder.
Or at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should is a punishing word. It causes resentment to brew and immediately places the person that you're shoulding on the offensive. So
The defensive.
don't should on him.
Defensive.
Just that was good. I could say that. Oh, okay. just think about. That was funny, wasn't it? Yeah.
I like that.
It just came out that way.
I'm glad.
The should just slipped right. It just came right out with no effort.
I'm glad it came out that way.
Yeah. Could have come out a whole different way.
No.
Think about all those times someone told you what you should do. That word is never received pleasantly.
And honestly, instead of focusing on what your partner should be doing, why don't you try and look at what he's doing right in the relationship? And
Yes, Elise.
I'm not even going there. Show appreciation.
Co-hosts are just as sensitive in their relationship as others. Elise.
Show appreciation for the things that he does right.
Thank you.
The more he feels appreciated, the more he'll want to make you happy.
Damn
and the
right.
more he'll do to make that happen. That's the truth.
Been telling you that
Oh, I know that.
for years
Are
now.
you kidding? I use that all the time.
Relationships are so difficult. Can't we all just be friends
No,
with benefits?
no.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we?
No, because you could throw up.
Elise,
Yes.
can you tell us the best friends with benefit rules so we can make this happen without drama?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I'd be happy to
You
share
know what
that.
friends with benefits
I
are?
do.
Al,
I
you
do.
know what friends with benefits
we
are?
have,
No, I really don't. to
We
be
have
honest
been
with you.
talking
don't.
about this actually for years. No, I will tell you, Al. Here's what it is. Friends with benefits have rules, so you can hook up without things becoming complicated. Okay? Very, very possible. But it requires that you look at things honestly. And you must, and I say this again, must, set clear boundaries for yourself and for each other. You have to know yourself. Some women can have a friends with benefits arrangement with a guy and have absolutely no problem. And some women absolutely can't have that same situation. It's kind of like a mixture of biology, personality, and psychology that can determine if you're someone who can do this or not. Because you know what happens. Your emotions get in the way. So on that note, before we really actually get involved in this conversation with the rules, I'm not telling anybody I encourage or advocate having a friends with benefits relationship in your life or as a lifestyle. I don't necessarily always agree with that. At the same time, I'm not saying don't do it, because sometimes it could be the best thing that ever happened to you. You don't know. I'm just simply answering your question and speaking about what friends with benefits rules are and what they can lead to and how they can have successful results. Okay. So, you really want to know?
So, Al, to answer your question, friends with benefits is someone that you just hook up together to have sex with.
No
It's
complications, no emotions.
Okay.
Not
Just
a
friends.
relationship, just someone to have some fun with.
Okay. So basically, it's how to have
So-
friends with benefits without
So
difficulty
basically,
or
it's
disaster.
guys' analogies or explanations as opposed to women's explanations. So you know how one took like 3 minutes and the other took 3 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So there's rules. Okay? Rules. No neighbors, no coworkers, no exes, none. No guys that are currently your friend, and no people within your social circle. Okay? The term friends with benefits is a little misleading because having this kind of arrangement is not sleeping with a guy who's your friend. It's an arrangement that you define from the get-go as a purely sexual relationship. Arrangement. And when it ends, it ends. Clean, no loose ends for you or for him.
See, Al, that's another long explanation of what I just said. It's just somebody you hook up to have sex with.
But it was easier understood that way.
My
that?
way or her way?
Elisa's way.
Oh, okay, Brutus. E tu, Brutus.
I know what side my bread is buttered on.
You want some bread and butter?
You know, I got to tell you a story. In a past life, I was consultant to the king. And the king would ask me questions, and I would always answer with the correct answer for
I don't
him.
blame you.
And he said to me, Anthony, tell me why every time I butter my bread and I drop it, it always falls with the butter side down. Please tell me why this happens.
Well, you have to butter
so
the
I
other side.
thought, and I don't step on my punchlines. So I thought, and I told the king, you're buttering the bread on the wrong side.
There you go.
All righty.
And then he crowned you.
I'm going to crown him in about a
I
minute.
knew that.
You know, whatever you do, make sure that you're happy and okay in your life. And it's common for people
He's going to
to
get wordy now.
want to add a little something to their life to fulfill some sort of void. And this is a recipe for disaster. And in a friends with benefits type of relationship, since it's easy to slide from wanting to fill a void into making friends with benefits arrangements, friends with benefit arrangements are super clean and simple. The relationship is purely for sexual enjoyment. Nothing more, nothing less.
A little exploration.
Now, Trend Radio listens if you're looking for friends with benefit arrangement. You could email me at... Ow! No, it wasn't for me. Did you?
Did you see that, Al?
Yeah, actually, I
He
missed.
almost fell off the chair.
I missed that.
Yeah,
I can't
heard
She
even
clobbered me.
imagine
I'm not
what
looking
could have
for
happened.
friends with benefits. I'm talking about for our listeners. We have people who we can set other people up with.
Okay, listen. Seriously, if you're not currently happy and fulfilled and whole, then your focus needs to be on living your life where you're 100% in touch with yourself. You need to be grounded, stable, and have a present sense of being. Okay? That's before you bring any sort of anything into your life. I actually am saying this to one of my friends right now. Before you bring anyone into your life, you need to get yourself whole. You need to fix whatever's broken inside your mind.
People are messed
Yeah.
up.
Okay. See, a friends with benefits arrangement or any type of relationship, any type of dynamic, anything is always a bonus and to be enjoyed, but not something that you want to own or possess. You don't want to do that. When you have whatever relationship it is, regardless of what kind it is, enjoy it. When it ends, allow it to end gracefully. Don't hold on to something. Okay? You won't have a happy ending. Literally. If you're holding on to something that isn't really there.
Right. So both of you, you're allowed to do whatever you want outside of the time that you're together. And you could expect that he'll do whatever he wants to do, and she's going to do whatever she wants to do, and that they'll see other people. And because this is the expectation, you must practice safe sex. Absolutely. And
Educate yourself on what it means to be safe and what it means to have safe sex. In fact, if you need any information, email us at trendradio920@gmail.com. I'll send you all of the information you'll need for that and a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon. Come have your hair done before you go out.
That's right. We're going to take a quick break, and Trend Radio continues right after this on 920 The Jersey.
We'd like to thank Artists, where seniors are respected, choices are given, life is lived in the moment together.
You just don't hear this stuff, but you hear it right here on 920 The Jersey, and we are Trend Radio.
Yes, we are. Make sure you tune in.
That's right. It's essential that you understand the risks that are involved with sex, and you need to protect yourself. And also, because the expectations is that either party will probably be seeing other people, you'll need to be able to be 100% okay with this, or don't have the friends with benefit arrangements in the first place.
Okay. All right. So this brings us to the next rule. Keep it simple and keep your options wide open. Okay? All right. You're going to expect that he or she will be seeing other people. Okay? At least that's what's, open, and that's what's happening right now. Okay? So it's important that you keep your options open too. I'm not saying sleep with multiple people, but keep your options open and keep yourself in the dating loop.
That's right. You only need 3 or 4, partners.
This protects you from getting too emotional about the friend that you're having the benefit arrangement with. You do not want to do that because that's not the deal.
No.
Okay?
No.
You need to keep it uncomplicated. Okay? It's all about sexual exploration and enjoyment. Okay?
And don't treat him or her, or even think of them like a boyfriend
or a girlfriend or a friend, even.
Yeah.
Not even a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's not what this is.
That's right. The most important rule of having a friends with benefits arrangement is that you limit what this relationship is in your life. The rule is what makes the difference between fun, light, satisfying,
and then messy, disastrous, regretful. Yeah, very different words.
That's right. If you feel you need to connect with someone as a friend, call up one of your friends.
Yeah.
If you feel like you want a boyfriend, then start a relationship with a guy from the foundation of creating
that kind of relationship.
That's right.
Yeah.
Never put your friend with benefits into that role outside the arrangements. That arrangement is for pure sexual enjoyment and exploration.
Okay, this doesn't mean that you're cold or distant or you treat them like an object. No, it's not about that.
Just once, I'd like somebody to treat me like an object. Just
I have
once.
no problem with that. You're like a chair right now. Okay, it simply means that you limit how you relate to them.
I feel more like a carpet. You walk all over me.
Keep it fun, light, and flirty. Okay? Flirty. And that is going to bring us to our next rule of no drama. No drama. That'd be hard for you. You love drama. You flow with drama.
That's right. If you follow with what Elise just said, you're probably most likely to avoid this entirely. Friends with benefits are fun. They're easy. They're flirtatious. You're not bringing your problems into this either. There's no drama in this arrangement. You're not arguing with each other. You're not putting expectations on one another. And if you notice strong negative feelings coming up in yourself, it's time to end it.
That's interesting. If you notice strong negative reactions coming up in him, or that there's a problem between the two of you, again, time to end it.
That's what I just said.
Yes. Well, that's on both ends. If you notice it within yourself or within your partner, end it. With all this in mind, this is why the next rule is super, super, super important. You want to choose a guy that is emotionally stable.
What's that?
Ladies, stay away from AV over here, okay? If you're
I'm out of bounds.
if you're great at following the rules,
You could just lust for me, that's all.
everything will come apart if you choose a guy who's not emotionally stable.
That's right.
This means he's a guy or a gal that isn't emotionally volatile, as in he doesn't explode into anger. He doesn't pressure
Like
you with
Elise
demands.
does. You've
He
seen her
doesn't
explode.
get jealous.
She turns
he doesn't
red.
have
Steam comes out of her ears.
He's not a trouble magnet in his own life. He's not vindictive. And he's got his life in order. Okay? He's not depressed. His own life isn't filled with drama or problems, and he makes level-headed decisions.
That's right. People with problems always find a way to suck other people into them.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Energy vampires, we call them.
Oh yeah, they're sucking the life.
And they
out of-
succeed if the other person isn't stable either.
That's
and
right.
that can be detrimental to your health. You'll end up vomiting, trust me.
Now, here's where Anthony Vincent Salon comes into play. Just be and maintain being as sexy as possible. Just because you're not a couple doesn't mean that you can slack off on being your sexiest self. What do we say, Elise? Dump
The frump.
the frump.
Dump it.
This means you're going to maintain great fitness habits, great grooming habits. You're going to come into the salon. You're going to get your nails done. You're going to touch up those roots. You're going to put a couple of highlights in there.
Have a blowout beyond.
That's right. Get that sexy hair going on.
Because you have to understand, this relationship may be a casual one, but being your sexiest self is important to maintain the mutual excitement of any kind of arrangement, especially a friends with benefit arrangement.
Oh, yeah.
It also keeps you on the radar as an attractive option on the dating market. It keeps the attraction high also. We
Right.
always talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
And the most important thing it does is when you look in the mirror, you see somebody who is absolutely fabulous, and that keeps your self-esteem high. And what's the sexiest thing a woman can wear?
Oh, her confidence.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So being that, your friends with benefit relationship is purely based on having satisfying sexual experience, it's important that both of you make your pleasure a priority. So keep yourself looking real.
Oh, yeah. And the great thing about having a friends with benefit arrangement is that it's outside your social circle.
Oh, yeah.
And outside any drama or expectations. So this means you can really let loose and
Absolutely.
explore your sexual desires and your fantasies
Fantasies are huge.
without worrying about screwing up a relationship.
Yeah. So go all in.
That's right.
Yeah. Allow yourself to feel and do what's amazing, what feels great, what's exciting, and what feels sexy to you.
That's right. And I'll say that there's nothing wrong with the friends with benefits. Sadly, though, it's typical for people to shame others, for pursuing anything that falls outside of like the most rigid, puritanical, formal type of relationship.
But you know what? You're an adult. You don't have to tell anybody.
That's right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, men and women, as a result of this, feel pressure, and they don't want to explore their own sexuality because of that. Okay, and they feel held back because of the fear of being shamed. Don't tell anybody. It's nobody's business. You're an adult.
That's right. And I don't see society changing anytime soon. So my opinion is that it's best to keep your friends with benefit arrangement to yourself.
I just said that.
I know. I heard that. And I'm just, but not
You're
to talk.
reiterating?
Yes, not to talk to your peer group about it.
No, don't.
Because what you didn't say is it relates back to rule number 1. When it ends, you want things to be clean and to end clean. You don't want to have to explain to other people that it ended for your reasons why.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. You're absolutely 100% right, Mr. Anthony Vincent.
What did she say, Al? Al, can
Here,
you
wait, let me just say it again, okay? Mr. No. Sir Anthony Vincent, you are 150,000% right. Yes, you are.
I have
said
never
it.
heard that in my life.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you are right. You are right. You are so smart and gorgeous.
I think she's making fun of me.
I never. I make fun with you.
Somehow I feel it's being thrown at me.
Not at all.
I don't know.
No.
Not at
It's
all.
got to be me, right? It's
got
always
to
me.
Be you.
At times,
What is that song? It's got to be me.
it's got to be me.
Oh yeah, we should play that for him. Oh, can we? Oh, let's do it.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, thanks.
It's got to be me.
I gotta be me. I gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am?
Taking a quick break. Trend Radio continues after this on 920 The Jersey.
We'd like to thank the team at Artis, a family of open-minded, compassionate, and dedicated individuals who have experienced dementia in their own families. Together, they've created a nurturing environment tailored to each resident's unique needs. If you're joining us just now, we are Anthony, Vincent, and Elise, together, Trend Radio, where we talk about love, lust, romance, and sex.
Mostly sex.
I'm going to tell you,
Aren't you always?
whether it's a friend with benefit, or you're looking for a potential partner in life, or you have someone that you love and you care about. Partners are attracted by the ultimate compliment, which is your attention.
Yes.
You know,
That is the truth. I actually have had this conversation with a few different people about attention. We've talked about attention
all
also.
the time.
Yeah, it's huge.
You know, when you're out with somebody and they spend the evening looking at their phone, or they're looking at the ball game on the TV set, which is
Or-
conveniently located on that wall behind you.
Here's another thing. If you're looking at somebody else when you're with your relationship person, that's rough too.
Well, sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes they got a big bubble butt, you know, and you of course you love the person that you're with, but this gal goes by with a short dress, thick thighs, and plunge V-neck.
Have a little respect for who you're with.
Have
If you love them.
Yes, have a little respect for yourself. You don't need to look at that crap just because some trollop is prancing by looking for attention and can't get it with their brain, so she gets it with her body. It's disgusting. I'll tell you, I hate when people do that.
There's actually a time and place for that. See, that's the beauty
The
of
strip club.
That's the beauty of a good, solid relationship. A good, solid relationship, ladies, let's face it, okay? Your guy's looking. As long as he's not touching and doing anything inappropriate, it's okay. But if you're out together, there's a time and place to look. It's okay for him to look.
Yeah, God gave you two eyes, one to look at you, the other one to look at.
No. God gave you two eyes so that you can see clearly. And that's a good thing. So know when it's the right time to look in a different direction. Know when it's the right time to give the attention where it needs to go. That's the difference.
That's right. When your date is checking her Facebook, you can check out the girl.
Your date shouldn't be checking your Facebook. Your date should be with you.
I agree 100%.
And it's okay to look as long as you're not inappropriate. But turn around and look back. You don't need to linger. And that's the difference.
Well, unfortunately, in this world that we live in of multitasking, we are inevitably displaying inattention, which really can jeopardize your relationship development.
Yes. See, divided attention reduces the ability to cultivate chemistry because distraction transmits disinterest. And it's really not about that. We've all had the experience of spending time with someone where the chemistry is just through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait to see them again. What makes the difference?
I'm going to tell you. It's the attention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Yeah, the attention
You're
is
right.
very, very important.
Especially on the first date.
Oh, yeah.
But even any date.
Well, there's an interesting thing. We've learned a lot about at least first date chemistry through speed dating research.
Oh my gosh, absolutely, we have.
And I've never done it, but I want to. Purely for the show, of course.
I'll do it with you.
Okay. Yeah, the two of us.
No. That'll be a good idea for us.
I really think it would be. Speed, and for those of you who don't know what speed dating is, it involves a series of face-to-face interactions.
Mini dates.
Yeah, with multiple prospective romantic partners. And they last only a couple of minutes. And let's say there's a speed dating.
I think they're like 7 minutes. You do 10 dates in 7 minutes or something. 7 minutes each or something like that.
And it's all in one place. Mm-hmm. And you go to the speed dating, and the gals usually take a seat, and the guys sit with a gal. They have a few minutes, 7 minutes to talk, get to know. The buzzer goes off. Everybody gets up, moves to the next person.
Right.
And you find out who you like and who you don't. And the research, and there's been extensive research about the participants, and they're able to learn enough information from these 7-minute interactions to decide whether they'd like to see that person again.
Exactly.
And why.
It's about the chemistry, though.
It's
it
all
happens
about the chemistry.
Right there. It's the connection that you have with that person in those few minutes.
Yeah. These speed dating studies are better sources of relational predictive data than meeting people at parties or any social event, because a speed dating context involves participants who are looking for a romantic relationship.
Right. One common source of attraction revealed through speed dating research is the attraction of attention.
That's right.
Okay. This study correlates the difference in attractiveness between someone who pays equal attention to everyone versus someone who seems to be uniquely interested in you.
Yes.
Huge. That is huge.
So, in other words, at a party, you don't know if someone is looking for someone romantic.
No.
But what this study does is everyone there is there for a specific reason, and it's much better than answering a questionnaire or responding to a hypothetical scenario, because it's a face-to-face chemistry.
Yes.
As opposed to
You
an online
when somebody enjoys your company.
Right, you can feel it.
You can feel that, and you can see that, based on their smile.
Yes.
They'll look right at you, and they'll enjoy your conversation, although it might be a short one. They would enjoy it.
And I've always said, if you like somebody, if you're having a good conversation, cut it short, walk away, and leave them wanting a little more.
Exactly. And this is exactly what that does.
Yeah. And in the absence of the obvious red flags that would indicate an ulterior motive, in a speed dating, we're far more likely to respond to the selective attention.
Exactly. Yes. And yet the research indicates that men and women may respond to attention differently.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The results showed that men preferred physically attractive women, okay, notwithstanding the man's degree of mindfulness, while women valued mindfulness in men more than physical attractiveness.
That's right. Women want the attentiveness.
Yes. Women want attention. That is the absolute truth. And it's not necessarily in a bad way, but I mean, there's no reason why. I mean, that's what we want. We want your attention. We want your affection. And
What?
we want your...
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Leave it to him. I'll say it again.
Okay.
We want your attention. We want your affection. And we want your appreciation. These are things that we want. And it starts with your attention.
Yes. And this is really unusual, and this is really great information, because there have been other studies that indicates that women prioritize male physical attractiveness first, but that's not true.
It's not true. It's absolutely not the truth.
That's right. You know, at the end of the day, whether the sparks fly or the conversation fizzles, first dates provide an opportunity to make new friends.
Absolutely.
And because attention reveals intention, both romantically and platonically, every first date can be a win-win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So once you find your person, we're going to talk about some do's and don'ts of your foreplay.
Oh, see? We always talk about foreplay. It's huge.
That's right.
You know, it's like sometimes the appetizer, it's the most delicious part of the meal.
Oh,
I always love me a good appetizer.
That's right. And, you know, I'm not even going to waste time beating around the bush. The first do of foreplay is to always do it. Always engage in foreplay.
Always.
You know, at this point, guys, in your sexual career.
And girls.
Yep. Well, Elise, it takes ladies a little longer than guys to cross the finish line.
But you always want a little foreplay. Foreplay starts between the ears.
That's right.
Foreplay starts in the morning or 3 hours before you see whoever you're going to see.
Yeah, what we talked about this many times.
You're
the
stuttering
foreplay
here.
start. Yeah,
You're so excited.
I do. Yes,
Yeah.
that happens. Alrighty, guys, you start your foreplay the minute you see her, and
Or even before.
A
A lovely little text. Never hurt anybody. One letter. All it takes is one letter.
Yeah, the sex will be better for both of you.
Oh, yes.
And
That you can count on.
okay. We're going to take a quick break, and Trend Radio continues right after this on 920 The Jersey.
We'd like to thank Artis, a beautiful acronym. A, for the ability to have a voice. R, respecting and maintaining relationships. T, treasuring each person's uniqueness. I, for integrity. And S, for success and recognition. The Artis way.
We are Anthony, Vincent, and Elise, together, Trend Radio, where we talk about love, lust, romance, and sex.
Mostly sex.
Now that we've got your attention, grab a pen and take notes of these rules for foreplay.
Yes. Okay. Rule number 1. And I say this, and I'm being honest. Do not rush. Foreplay is all about anticipation. Tease your partner. Tease her, tease him, but tease her until she's begging. Okay? She wants it. She wants everything.
You sound like a guy.
Deal. No.
Al, she wants it, Al. I know.
I heard.
No.
You sound just like a guy.
I'm not. You want her to beg. You want her to beg you.
She's begging for it, Al. I know.
All right. I'm not having this conversation.
No,
with
have
you.
the conversation.
No.
No.
All right,
you know,
look,
that's
I'm just
why.
telling you,
That's why
don't
you're
rush.
a good. That's why you act like a lady, but you think like a man. That's what is so unique about the chemistry that we have on this show.
Yeah. Okay.
And the relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm just going to say it again. Don't rush. All right. Now you. Now
want
you,
it.
Anthony.
I want it.
And I want it now.
Don't rush.
Mix it up. You know, they don't say that variety is the spice of life for nothing. You know, women love surprises, so keep her guessing and watch her turn into putty in your hands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Never assume. And we know this. We know this. Why is that? Because you make an ass out of you and me.
When you assume.
We're sure you know exactly what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay. But it's always good to ask what she really wants, what she really needs, and what is going to take her to the next level. Just ask. Everybody is wired differently.
Especially women.
So do yourself a favor and find out what she's actually into. Don't assume that you actually know. Okay? And you never know. You could, learn something. Okay? You never know. Or maybe 2 things. You never know.
And guys, if you have to ask,
She didn't.
Yeah, she didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Al?
Yep.
Yeah. Do get talking. And I'm talking about talking a little dirty, that is. You know, if you really want to kick things up a notch, stroke her ego while you're stroking something else. Compliment your partner. Tell her all the sexy ways you plan on treating her. This will keep her head in the game and her focus on you.
That's huge.
Yeah, and all that amazing sex you guys are about to have.
And here's the thing. That talk really does something in between your ears. It really does.
What's the biggest sex organ that you have?
Your brain.
Yeah. All the attraction and all the sexual tension happens between your ears.
Mm-hmm. So I have to say something about this.
Mm-hmm.
I know some ladies that do this, and this is wrong. Do not fake it.
And guys, don't you fake it either. But you know, if you're not at least pretending to enjoy the foreplay, your partner's going to pick up on that disinterest, and they're likely going to want to abandon the bedroom entirely.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So unless you want her faking it, get excited about the fact that you actually landed a babe who wants to have sex with you. You know, once you're there, you'll see and feel exactly why it was worth the wait.
Yeah, and there you have it. You just served the perfect appetizer to a truly mouth-watering meal. Now go forth and foreplay.
That's right. And if you find your libido limping, watch Elise and I on our new TV cooking show, The Aphrodisiac Chefs. Get your blood pumping, your heart thumping, and your hips humping. We are the Aphrodisiac Chefs. We cook with love.
Yes, and we can be seen every Sunday evening, 7:30 p.m. at PrincetonTV.org. Or subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Aphrodisiac Chefs. It's free and fabulous.
And you'll be glad you did.
Oh, yes.
So, Elise,
Yes.
you want to make things a little kinkier in the bedroom?
Whose bedroom?
The listener's bedroom.
Of course. Why not?
Okay, I'm choking. Don't talk to me while I'm choking again.
I don't know why. I just go right over it.
I know. It happened a couple weeks ago.
You're not paying attention to me. And attention is so important now.
I know.
And I'm over here dying, coughing, choking. I'm on the floor. You think she'd do a Heimlich maneuver or something.
Maneuver?
Yes.
That's what happens when you choke and the tongue doesn't work.
Okay. So, are we getting back to kinky?
Yes, okay, let's talk about kinky. The
Kinky.
vernacular, you.
Kinky. It's one of the best things you can be. And it's a lot more common than you think.
Really?
Yeah. Having kinky sex means straying from vanilla. Okay? You know, the regular stuff. Making the old romp in the hay just a little bit more exciting. And while it does involve, you know, not necessarily Dungeons and Dragons, but it does involve, you know, a lot of fun.
Any hot wax?
It can. I know somebody that had hot wax.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Let me just tell you,
She's
she
not going
has
to tell
some
me.
scars.
She's not going to tell me.
She has some scars. He just wouldn't stop with the candle. There are special candles, by the way, and special wax to use so that you don't actually get burned and scarred up.
Al, how does she know that?
I don't know.
She sounded like, you know, like very well versed on that
I'm
subject.
interested to find out.
Well, you know, you can experiment with bondage. You know,
50 Shades of Grey stuff.
oh, okay. Well, that might be a little intense for beginners, but
All right. We don't need to do some full-on BDSM, okay? But, you know.
all right. I mean, some light bondage is always a good time, and it's actually healthy.
Can I just tell you something, though? If you're a beginner, Do some research first.
But what I'm saying is you can be super mild. You know, you can tie your hands above her head or behind her back with some stockings, you know, or a belt or your tie. Or, you know, you could use handcuffs, whatever floats your boats.
Sure.
I mean, I see at the
You
mall
can break
these
out a blindfold.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the furry
ones,
yeah.
Yeah. It's an element of surprise. You know, you have your eyes are, you can't open them, you can't see. And so that really...
Because you have a fuzzy blindfold over them.
Exactly. But that ups the ante on your senses.
Oh, yeah.
So you can hear more and you can feel more and you can smell more.
Ooh.
And that's hot. Yeah.
And, you know, you could play around with some different things and stimulating oils and...
Scented
lube.
oils.
Yeah. And, you know, most couples think that they don't need lube.
But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't use lube.
That's right.
That's the difference.
you-
They may not need it, but it's good to use.
Well, that little bottle, you know, could be your wingman. You know, just a little bit can really make a massive difference.
Exactly.
And people don't realize this. You know, the lube is not necessarily for the woman. You can put just a drop of that inside your condom. And happy days are here again.
See, he seems to know a lot about that.
I read.
Listen, stimulating lubes and oils are a gift because no matter how innocent the concept may seem, the new sensations can be orgasm worthy. And did you ever hear about the warming lubes? Okay. And the arousal oils? Okay. Very, very important and very good for you. And you know what? Coconut oil. It's also tasty.
You know, the
Yeah, right over the beard. Yeah.
these stimulating arousing oils, they have commercials on TV
Yes,
about
they
this
do.
stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know? But you know what I think the most important thing is?
Well, he loves sexy lingerie and role playing. Yeah. It exists for a reason, let's face it, okay? That's why they have Victoria's Secret. Yeah. Secret fantasies about role play, exploring. It's sexy.
You know, and it doesn't have to be, you know, the French maid, the Catholic school girl. You know, it could be the little innocent country girl just in a white
little white cotton dress.
white cotton dress and little white cotton panties. You know, I mean that
Annie.
that
Yeah.
yeah. And have sex outside of the bedroom. We had a whole show on this.
Yes, we did.
You know, they don't say hotel sex is the best sex for nothing. You know, when you do it someplace outside of your own familiar bedroom, your brain releases that extra burst of dopamine, you know, making that sex extra delicious. You know, have sex on the kitchen table, on the broom closet, in the bathroom, you know, in the bathroom of the diner that you both love, or just in the great outdoors.
Yeah, behind a tree.
Yeah, just make sure nobody sees you doing it.
Yes. And don't forget the sex toys. We have shows about that all the time.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you can buy some or just use some that you have in the house. You know, they are the holy grail of naughty.
Ooh.
And there's nothing sexier and kinkier than naughty. And the best part, there's so many different things to choose from. You can play and never get bored. Isn't that awesome? Just start out simple with something like a vibrator and just go from there.
You know, but most importantly, what we talk about all the time is don't forget to communicate.
Communication,
That's
huge. Kinky sex will not happen unless you're on the same page.
That's right. So have fun.
Absolutely.
And remember, we receive dozens of sex toys every year from the top sex toy companies across the United States. And our secret panel of secret judges rate these toys. They rate them fun or flop. So
Fun or flop? Fun or flop?
So if you want to know the top 10 toys of 2017, or you want to join our panel of secret judges, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com.
Yes. And we will send you any information you want, make you a big part of whatever it is that we do, and a gift certificate for $50 to Anthony Vincent Salon so you can have fun and look good too. And don't worry, it turns out that being a little kinky is really, really common. So just let your freak flag fly.
First of all, don't even try to hide the fact that you like to get kinky, because 85% of people say they'd like to be a little more kinky in their lives. And we here at Trend Radio, we've got the data to prove it.
Okay, so despite all the kink shaming that still goes on, especially from psychiatrists with their beloved diagnosis and statistical manual of mental disorders,
The DSM.
kinks are a lot more common than anyone would have previously thought.
That's right.
Okay, there's even an Airbnb for BDSM enthusiasts. Okay, it's called, this is great. Okay, it's called Kink BNB.
That's
all
right. I actually looked them up. They're all over. There's some right
not
in New York.
surprising to me. Okay, that's amazing.
According to a new study published in the Journal of Sex Research, about half of adults have desires and fantasies that are unconventional. In the study, researchers surveyed over 1,000 people on how they feel about kinky sex acts. The analysis of the data revealed that almost 50% of people expressed having desire for one or more kinky sex acts, and over almost 40% have actually engaged in at least one of them. When you think about it, it means that nearly half the people that you know are kinky.
And no matter what your opinion is of like leashes and different things like that, it's clear that it's part of an emerging trend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what are the most common kinks? Well, in third place, this is great, exhibitionism. Okay? People actually like to fantasize about getting busy in public.
What's the second?
The second most common is fetishism. Okay? And the topper is voyeurism. People like to spy.
Oh, yeah.
They just like to spy.
People also like to listen. And you've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to us.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune into your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.
And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night at 7:30, PrincetonTV.org, and watch us cook with love. We are the Aphrodisiac Chefs.
You'll definitely be glad you did.